Amber Marshall didn't smile like she usually does. Instead, her eyes dropped and her voice cracked as she said something that stopped every Heartland fan in their tracks. It wasn't just another casual interview, it was raw, honest, and, maybe a warning of what's coming in season 19. Fans are still trying to figure out what she really meant. But what if it was more than just words? What if she's truly preparing us for something big? Heartland isn't just a TV show, it's a part of people's lives. Since it first aired in 2007, it has followed the Fleming Bartlett family through love, loss, healing, and growth. For many, watching Heartland feels like coming home. And at the center of that home has always been Amy Fleming, played by Amber Marshall. Her calm strength, connection to horses, and emotional depth made her a character that fans could grow with for almost 2 decades through every heartbreak and success. Amy became more than just a role, she became a symbol of hope. From healing broken horses to raising her daughter alone after Ty's heartbreaking death, Amy carried the show's heart in every scene. Her story became deeply personal to millions around the world, and Amber Marshall, through her graceful performance and off-screen humility, earned not just praise but genuine love from her audience. Season after season, viewers returned to the Heartland Ranch to see what would happen next. From Lou's political battles to Jack's quiet wisdom and Tim's rocky past, every member of the family played a part. But it was always Amy's journey that gave the show its emotional weight. She didn't just fix horses, she fixed people. 2. Her presence was a kind of healing that made fans feel safe, even when the world outside felt chaotic. But now, with season 19 around the corner, something feels different. Amber Marshall's recent words in an emotional interview shook the fanbase. It wasn't just what she said, it was how she said it. Her voice was softer, her tone more serious. There was a pause in her sentence, as if she was choosing her words carefully. She spoke of letting go, of honoring the past, and of new beginnings. These weren't phrases fans were used to hearing from the actress who had always shown passion for continuing the story. Many wonder, is Amy's journey about to end? Is season 19 the final ride for the character we've all grown up with? For a show built on family, change can be hard. And for fans who have followed the story from the very beginning, even the idea of losing Amy feels personal. But to understand the impact of Amber's recent comments, we need to go back and remember how important her role has been in shaping Heartland. Her on-screen presence made the ranch feel real. Her silence spoke louder than most words. And her emotional connection with Ty, which started in the early seasons and ended in heartbreak, gave the show its deepest pain and its greatest love. In season 14, when Ty suddenly died, fans were devastated. But somehow, Amy stayed strong. She showed how to grieve without falling apart. That season alone proved Amber's power as an actress. And since then, she's carried the show with a quiet strength that's rare in television today. So if Amber Marshall is now talking about change, fans are listening closely, because this isn't just about a show. It's about the fear of saying goodbye to a character who has become a part of our lives. And Amber's statement might be the first sign that something major is coming in Heartland. Season 19 something no one is ready for, asterisk, it happened during a quiet sit-down. No big lights, no loud audience. Just Amber, a cup of tea, and a question she clearly wasn't expecting. The interviewer smiled and asked her casually, "What can fans expect from Amy in season 19? For a second, Amber smiled too. But then something shifted. Her eyes dropped slightly, her smile faded. And what came next left everyone in disbelief. Amber didn't give a straight answer. Instead, she took a breath and said, "Sometimes letting go is part of growing. Amy has carried so much for so long. Maybe it's time she finds a new path, a quieter one." The silence that followed was louder than any words. Fans who watched the interview replayed that moment over and over. What did she mean? Was Amy stepping back? Was she leaving Heartland? Amber didn't confirm anything, but she didn't deny it either. She spoke in emotions, not spoilers. She talked about how long she's been with the character, how much she loves playing Amy, but then she added, After playing the same person for over 15 years, you start wondering who you are without her. That single line sent shockwaves through the Heartland community. Could season 19 really be the beginning of the end? Was Amber gently preparing her fans for something they weren't ready to face? The online reaction was immediate. Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit exploded. Fans shared clips of the interview, adding their thoughts, their fears, and their theories. One fan wrote, "Amber sounds like someone saying goodbye without saying goodbye." Another posted, "I've never felt so nervous about a new season." But the moment that hit hardest came near the end of the interview. When asked if she thought Amy had more stories left to tell, Amber paused, smiled softly, and said, "There's always more to tell, but not every story needs to be told forever." It wasn't a confirmation, it wasn't a farewell, but it was real. And it was different from anything she'd said before. For years, Amber had spoken about Heartland with certainty. She always showed excitement, always looked forward. But now, she sounded reflective, like someone who was proud but also tired behind the scenes. Some believe Amber is exploring new projects. Rumors are swirling about her possibly launching her own production or joining a nature-focused documentary series. She's always been close to animals and the outdoors, so the idea makes sense. But nothing has been confirmed. Still, the timing of her words, just months before the premiere of season 19, feels too deliberate to ignore. Something is definitely changing. What makes this interview so powerful isn't just what was said, but how deeply it connected. Fans who have grown up with Amy feel a personal attachment to her. For them, this isn't just about a show changing. It's about losing a piece of comfort, a source of hope, a character who helped them through their own pain. Amber's words were calm, kind, but filled with weight. And while no official statement has been made about her leaving the show, the tone of her voice told a different story, one that fans won't soon forget. Asterisk, it wasn't just what Amber said, it was what she didn't say. Her carefully chosen words have opened a floodgate of theories. Fans are reading between the lines, asking, what if season 19 isn't just another season? What if it's the one that changes everything? One of the biggest theories is that Amy might be preparing to leave the ranch. For years, Heartland has been her safe place, a symbol of home and healing. But even the strongest roots sometimes need room to grow. Amber's mention of quiet paths and finding peace has many believing Amy might step away from the only life she's ever known. Not out of pain, but out of growth. Could she move away from the ranch? Maybe to start a new chapter somewhere far from the memories of Ty? Fans have noticed how Amy has been slowly opening up again, smiling more, trusting herself and looking to the future. Season 19 might be the time where she chooses herself, not just for her daughter Lindy, but for her own soul. Another theory making waves is the return of a forgotten face. In the interview, Amber spoke briefly about how healing doesn't always come alone. Some fans think this could be a hint at a surprise romance or even a reunion. There's buzz about an old character coming back, maybe someone from Amy's past who knew her before Ty. Others believe it could be a brand new character who challenges Amy to think differently about love, but not all fans are expecting romance. Many believe the shock Amber hinted at might involve Amy stepping into a completely new role, perhaps beyond horses, beyond the ranch. She's already become a strong mother and businesswoman. Could season 19 be the season where Amy takes her healing methods beyond Heartland? Maybe to help troubled horses and families across the country? There's also a growing belief that Heartland is laying the groundwork for a generational shift. In recent seasons, we've seen more focus on Lindy, Katie, and the younger characters. Some fans wonder if Amber's statement is a gentle way of saying that Amy's story might pass into the background, allowing the next generation to shine. This idea doesn't mean goodbye. It could mean a transition, less screen time, more mentoring, and Amy becoming the new Jack of the family, the calm, guiding soul in the background while others take the lead. But there's another possibility, a darker one. Some believe the change might be permanent. If Amber does plan to exit the show, could the writers give Amy a final send-off? Not through death, but perhaps through departure. Imagine the emotional weight if Amy decided to leave the ranch behind to follow her heart, leaving her family with a letter, a tearful goodbye, and a new legacy to carry forward. All of these theories come from one place: fans love Amy, and they're scared of losing her. Amber's emotional tone has added fuel to every possibility. No spoilers have been officially released, but the hints are enough to send the Heartland fandom into overdrive. Everyone wants answers, but maybe season 19 won't give them all right away. Maybe it will slowly unfold into something bigger than anyone expects. One thing is clear: something is coming. And Amber Marshall's words weren't just casual comments. They were seeds planted carefully, ready to bloom in a season that could change Heartland forever. The moment Amber Marshall's interview clip hit the internet, it was like a match to dry grass, instant wildfire. Within hours, hashtags like hashtag Heartland Farewell, hashtag Amber Marshall Speaks, and hashtag Save Amy Fleming began trending across platforms. Fans weren't just watching the video, they were dissecting every breath, every pause, every blink. For a show built on quiet emotion, this single moment had created a storm. TikTok was flooded with emotional edits, Amy and Ty's most powerful scenes played over soft music, now rewatched with new meaning. Users captioned their videos with heartbreak, "Is this the end?" or "I'm not ready to lose her." Many fans openly cried on camera, sharing how much Amy's journey had helped them through their own losses and pain. Some even called it the end of an era. Even though no final announcement had been made, Twitter, always the place for sharp reactions, was a mix of shock, support, and outright panic. One user tweeted, "Amber's words hit me harder than Ty's death. If Amy leaves too, I don't know if I can keep watching." Another wrote, "Heartland without Amy isn't Heartland. It's just land." But not all reactions were sorrowful. Some fans felt hopeful. A different wave of comments began forming under the belief that Amber's statement wasn't a goodbye, but a sign of transformation. "Maybe Amy isn't leaving, maybe she's evolving," one fan suggested. "Maybe this season is about her rediscovering who she is outside of loss." Instagram became a digital scrapbook. Fan pages posted quotes from Amber's interview next to images of Amy smiling with Lindy or standing strong beside Spartan. In the comment sections, followers shared personal stories. One woman wrote, "Amy got me through my divorce. Watching her be strong made me feel like I could be too." Another shared, "I named my daughter after Amy. I'm not ready to say goodbye." Even the cast and crew seemed to feel the ripple. Graham Wardle, who played Ty, liked several fan posts, fueling more theories that perhaps Ty's memory will play a big part in season 19. Some even began hoping wildly that he could return in some spiritual or dream form, helping Amy through this next phase of her life. Fan forums exploded with thread after thread. Theories, predictions, polls. Will Amy leave? Who could replace her? Is Lindy the new lead? The excitement and fear mixed into something rare, pure engagement. For a show 19 seasons deep, this kind of emotional pull isn't just impressive, it's unheard of. But perhaps the most powerful response came not from a video or a tweet, but from a handwritten letter a fan posted. It read, "Dear Amber, thank you for growing with us, for teaching us that healing takes time, that love never truly leaves. If this is goodbye, we understand. But please know you changed our lives." That letter was shared over 40,000 times. In a single day, Amber Marshall's words, gentle as they were, caused an earthquake in the Heartland fandom. And while no one knows for sure what will happen in season 19, one thing is clear: fans are bracing for change. Not because they want it, but because they respect her enough to follow her wherever her story leads.